Hi everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning May 11th through May 17th, 2020. And for all my new subscribers, this is something I do every Sunday so that we can set our energy up for the week ahead. Okay, so let's begin. This card says purity. And as you can see, this is, I'm sure this is a wolf. I think it's a white wolf. I don't know if there is such a thing, but to me, this is definitely a wolf. Now, what is the special meaning that this has for us at this time? Purity means that it is essential, you guys, that we come into our pure presence of who we really are. I cannot emphasize to you enough how seriously important this is right now. There's so much chaos in the world. There's so much of this AI influence happening more and more. We really need to come into our full power, into our center. So let me just talk a little bit about the elements in this card. A wolf basically symbolizes presence and power. The spiritual meaning of the wolf has to do with instinct and intuition, and also our genuine human need for freedom. So you're talking about power, intuition, freedom, and the purity of who we really are. That's why I think the fact that it's white, that this animal is white, symbolizes our purest state. Now, the reason I think there's snow on this card, because you see that the wolf is white and the snow is white. I want you guys to think about snow for a moment. Snow is so purifying. Whenever there's a snowfall, this is the white of the beautiful, purifying snow. Everything's quiet, everything's silent. When those flakes are falling, there's a feeling of serenity. When we come into our natural state, we experience that feeling of serenity, that feeling of centeredness. And I also want to mention, in addition to that, well, I'll mention the stone in a minute. I have a little lepidolite stone in this little setting, but let me come back to this image of this wolf for a moment. You may be able to see that the wolf has two different color eyes. One is sort of a lavender color and the other is kind of an aqua color. So remember, this is all very symbolic. So in this reading, to me, what the different colored eyes symbolize is that the wolf has two choices. You have two choices. You have a choice to make right now. We are coming as a humanity into what I will call an ascension split. This is the point of ascension where everyone different people split off depending on where their consciousness is. So you have a deep innermost decision to make within yourself. This is not a mental decision. This is a vibrational choice. This is a choice about what you are true to, where you are centered, who you are going to be in this universe. We're at that choice point now. And I think it's a perfect symbolism of the different colors of this animal's eyes. Which way are you going to go? And it's funny because if you see that little lavender colored stone that I have near where the flowers are, that's a lepidolite heart. Now, lepidolite almost matches the color of the wolf's eye, and I didn't even do this intentionally. I just noticed after I set this up, there was actual meaning to where I even placed that stone. Lepidolite is a stone that's very much about emotional balance and healing. It's about finding a strong emotional center. Lepidolite is very powerful for bringing you into the present moment and for centering you in your heart. And thus, it is known as a stone of serenity, because when you come into that perfect place of who you really are, centered in your your house, I meant to say your heart, centered in your heart, but it could be your house in the sense of your home. Your heart is your home. Okay, that's your true home. So here's what I find interesting about where I place this stone, you guys. The side of the wolf's eye is the same color as lepidolite. That's the choice point. So let's say you make the choice to be in your heart. That's where the side of the wolf that the lepidolite stone is on, that matches the color of the wolf's eye on that side of the stone. That means you choose. Your choice is to be who you are, centered in your heart, feeling your emotions. We must stay connected to ourselves as emotional beings. This is imperative. This is who we are as human beings. We cannot allow what is happening around us to throw us into chaos emotionally, to throw us into repression and suppression. We must come to that pure place within us, that center of our heart, the power and the presence that the wolf stands for. Now, I think there's also some symbolism in the evergreen trees on this card. What is evergreen? That means those trees are green forever. They're always green. They don't change. They don't lose their leaves. So evergreen is symbolic of remaining in that space, being that being forever, being that true self that you are forever. Not shifting and changing and going back and forth, but being that true self forever. And the snow on the evergreen trees is about, that is your purest state of being perfectly centered and knowing, absolutely knowing, because I think the wolf also illustrates intelligence, a higher level of intelligence. And you can certainly see it in this image, in the image of the wolf's eyes. You see profound intelligence there. So the intelligence is knowing that the purest place that I can be is in my natural state. And that's why I put those flowers there, you guys, because flowers are nature in one of its highest, most beautiful forms. So our pure self is also nature in its highest, most beautiful form. It is so important, and I'll conclude with this, you guys. It is so vitally important that we stay connected to who we are as a humanity, that we stay connected to who we are as cosmic beings, that we stay connected and centered and oriented in the purity of our highest, most beautiful, most beloved, true selves. And we never, ever, ever lose sight of that in our experience or in our consciousness. Okay, so that's the focus for this week, you guys. Contemplate all of this. Think about the quartz crystal, clear quartz crystal. Oh my gosh, that is such a powerful stone. I mean, I don't even want to tell you any meaning for it. Just take the meaning from that is best for you. The rose, a rose is a very high vibrational flower. So all of this comes together as being oriented and centered and consciously aware and choosing the truth of who you really are in such a way that you are firm, that you are empowered, that you are fully present, and nothing anywhere on this planet can sway you from that center. Okay, so with that, I shall conclude this weekly reading for you guys. I'm wishing you all a beautiful week ahead. Stay centered, stay present. I'm sending you all so much love. Namaste, everyone.